What's up, YouTube? It's Onion Bomb here on Ascent Sports, and welcome back to another NFL game predictions video. Today we're going on to the Week 13 games. If you're new to this series, you don't know. I basically just predict the upcoming games for the upcoming week in the NFL, and I put the teams on two different pieces of paper and put in a bowl, randomly pick it, and that's the bowl predicting that game. So me and the Bull both predict the game. We're going head to head. But before we go into the Week 13 games, let's wait and recap the Week 12 games. As you can see, decent week. I went 10-4, up to well over 100, 115 and 60. The Bull went 8-6, decent as well, but has not eclipsed 100 total predictions. However, should this week, unless the Bull, somehow just gets one prediction right, which, I guess can't happen, but we probably know that that's not going to happen. But anyway, as for the results of the games, we had Colts at the Texans. Texans beat the Colts. Me and the Bull both got that right. Browns beat the Dolphins. Me and the Bull both got... Oh, sorry. I got that right. The Bull got that one wrong. Forgot the Bull loves the Dolphins. Redskins upset the Lions. I got that right, but I got that wrong, but the Bull got that right. This one makes me so mad. The Jets destroyed the Raiders. I got that wrong, but the Bull got that right. But I wanted to take the upset there. I really did. I don't know why I didn't. The only reason I didn't is because I lied. I do know why I did. It's because I thought like, nah, that's just me. That's not a gut feeling. That's just my Steeler bias because the Raiders lose. The Steelers are bird shot a wild card. But no, I should have took it. I don't know. I was feeling it too, but I got wrong. I should have had 11 predictions right this week, but oh well. It happens. Can only go one or two ways. Sometimes it's hard to decide. Bears beat the Giants. I got that right, but the Bull got that one wrong. The Saints just barely beat the Panthers, but me and the Bull both got that one right. Seahawks beat the Eagles. Me and the Bull both got that one right. Buccaneers beat the Falcons. Me and the Bull both got that one wrong. How is the Falcons going to lose to their worst division rival and, scrape the two better ones? I just don't get the Falcons, man. I'm so annoyed at the Falcons this year. Oh, my. Bills beat the Broncos. I got that right, but the Bull got that one wrong. Steelers beat the Bengals. Duck Hodges season now. I got that one right. So did the Bull. Titans beat the Jaguars. Me and the Bull, I got that right. Bull got that one wrong. The Patriots beat the Cowboys. I got that right, and so did the Bull. 49ers destroyed the Packers. Me and the Bull both got that one wrong. I don't know. I'm not trying to sleep on the 49ers. I know they're one of the league's best teams, but I was feeling like I thought the Packers were a decent team to beat that team, like how I thought the Texans were going to beat the Ravens. Speaking of which, geez, the Ravens destroyed the Rams. Me and the Bull both got that right. That was our Week 12 game predictions. Let's see how we do for Week 13 and predict those games. Alright, so first up, we have the Thursday games. We have 3 Thursday games because it is Thanksgiving. So yes, happy Thanksgiving, all you. Let's start with these Thanksgiving names. First, classic Thanksgiving. Bears at the Lions. And I'm going with the Lions. I think the Lions are going to upset the Bears. I think the Bears are just going to make, too many mistakes. Mitchell Trubisky is going to do something. The defense is going to be able to hold off. I know Matthew Stafford, I think, is still out, but they played close. I believe he was out too. So I don't know. I'm feeling the Lions here. I feel the Lions always play on Thanksgiving, so I don't know. They don't have the most winning record on Thanksgiving, but I'm going with the Lions. I'm comfortable going with the Lions here. The Bulls actually going to agree with me and take the Lions over the Bears. Lions are the home team. I'm just feeling an upset here. Bears, a little bit disappointing. They need to just get stuff going offensively, and needs to start with Mitchell Trubisky. Alright, next Thursday Thanksgiving game, we have the Bills at the Cowboys. And I'm going with the Cowboys. Bills are a good team, good defense, and Josh Allen appears to begin something going here to be decent. But the Cowboys are just one of those teams that that I could see beating the Bills, just how like the Eagles did. Like the Bills are a good team and they can definitely beat bad teams. But when it comes to teams like above their level, it doesn't seem like they can get too many upsets, and I think the Cowboys are above the Bills, and better than the Bills. So I'm going with the Cowboys to win this game. However, the Bulls going to disagree and take the Bills to beat the Cowboys. So yeah, I mean, it's not an upset I can't see. But I just think the Cowboys are the better team. I think the better team's going to win this game, but the Bull disagrees. Alright, and next up, the last Thursday Thanksgiving game, we have the Saints at the Falcons. I'm going with the Saints. No way this year, of all years, the Falcons are going to sweep the Saints. I don't see it. I just can't see it. The Falcons are at home, but I think their first win was a fluke, and I think the Saints are going to beat the Falcons here. I don't see a sweep. I think the Saints are a clear better team. I think it's gonna be close, divisional rivalry. But I think the Saints got this one. However, the Bulls gonna disagree and go with the Falcons. Bulls sticking with the faith. Falcons. I just can't. I mean, I picked the Saints and the Panthers to beat the Falcons the previous 2 weeks, and they didn't. And I picked the Falcons to beat the Buccaneers, and they lose. So I don't know. I just can't. I can't pick Falcons. So maybe that's evidence the Bull has something here. But yeah, I think the Saints got this one. I'm pretty confident in that. Alright, now getting into the Sunday 1 o'clock games, we have first up the Titans at the Colts. I'm going with the Titans. This is a very important game for the AFC South. This is going to decide first and second seed. Bulls going to agree with me on the Titans. And this is going to decide first and second seed. They're both, I believe, 6-5. I think the Titans have this one. There's just something about the Colts that I think they're a good team, but they just seem to deteriorate a bit. I don't know. I'm not really feeling the Colts too much anymore. I was at the beginning of this season, or like towards the beginning, but I don't know. I'm thinking the Titans are gonna win this. Plus, I don't really like either team sweeping each other here. I think Colts matchup one of this. I think the Titans are gonna get one on the Colts. So I'm going with the Titans, and the Bulls going to agree with me. All right, next up, I don't know how this is a 1 o'clock game at all. I'm not sure if this got flexed or what or will be, but this. Crazy this is even a 1 o'clock game. It's the 49ers at the Ravens. This has to be one of a hype game. These are two honestly, in my opinion, I think this is team 1 and 2 in the NFL. And I think the Ravens are number 1. The Ravens have been so explosive. They're at home. I'm going with the Ravens. I don't want to keep going against the 49ers because it looks like I'm hating, but I'm just I've tried to predict 2 times the 49ers getting their first L. And I did actually predict correctly the 49ers for first L the first time. But man, the Ravens are just too good, and honestly, the 49ers offense it can be good, but it can be a little shaky at times. Defense is good, but I think Lamar is going to get through it. I think this might be maybe a closer game, maybe not a 40-point blowout like the Ravens have been going, but I think the Ravens will get this one out. However, the Bulls going with the 49ers, disagreeing with me, not necessarily an upset because these are two good teams. This could go either way. I think the Ravens got this one. But, yeah, man, you never know. This is actually a really good game for the Bull to disagree with me on. Yeah, I wonder how this one's going to go. That's a really good game. Very, very surprised that's 1 o'clock. Now to a game that I'm not surprised at all that's 1 o'clock. We have the Jets at the Bengals. I'm going with the Jets. Definitely better team. Two teams aren't pretty good. Bengals, tanking pretty much. Hopefully that guy can come off his roof eventually, but I don't think it's going to happen this time. I think the Bengals are going to be a better team. I'm sorry. I think the Jets are going to be a better team. Man, I can't talk for this video. And I think they're going to beat the Bengals. However, the Bulls going to take the home team in the Bengals and give the Bengals their first win. I mean, the Jets gave the Dolphins their first win this season, so it's possible. This team, I could definitely see the Jets crushing the Raiders and then losing to the Bengals. That's a Jets thing to do. And not only that, but you can correct me if I'm wrong. I think didn't the Jets lose to the Dolphins after they beat the Cowboys? So if history repeats itself, which it does and sometimes doesn't in the NFL, man, this could be this Bull might have something here. Honestly, we'll have to see. I kind of like that upset now that I put it that way, but I'm still taking the Jets and letting the Bull take the Bengals. Alright, next up we have my team, my game, the Steelers, and the Browns are going to be at the Steelers. And give me the Steelers to win this game. As a Steelers fan, I really don't think my team's going to lose to the Browns after losing one game and after how it all went down. A lot of people are saying this too. I just don't see the Steelers losing this game. I think the Browns, they're going to get some wins here, but I do think they're going to lose here. I don't think they're going to sweep the Steelers. Even all bias aside, I don't see them sweeping the Steelers. Steelers are at home. I think the defense is going to step up. I think it's still going to be slow offensively, but the defense is going to keep it in this game, and they're going to do just enough with Duck to stay in the game and win. And the Bulls going to agree with me and pick the Steelers to beat the Browns. And we're in agreement. Steelers are the home team. And I don't want to say better team because talent-wise they're not, but record-wise there are. So it's kind of a tough situation there. But yeah, they're pretty even, honestly. Alright, next up we have the Eagles at the Dolphins. I'm going with the Eagles. Eagles have been taking some L's. I think, yeah, but to good teams. The Patriots and then the Seahawks. However, they were both at home. So they're away now, but I think they're a way better team than the Dolphins. So I'm going to take the Eagles. The Bulls going to take the upset in the Dolphins. Man, does the Bull love taking the Dolphins. The Bull loves taking the Dolphins. But yeah, I mean, maybe that would be a huge blow for the Eagles, and that would kick them out of any playoff picture if they're not already kicked out. I believe, or I think the NFC playoff picture is pretty much set. It's a determination of who's gonna win the East, the Cowboys, or is it gonna be the Eagles? And right now it's looking like the Cowboys. So I think the Eagles are gonna get a win here. Bull disagrees though. We will have to see. This could be a very setting week for playoffs. Alright, next up we have the Redskins at the Panthers. I'm going with the Panthers. Christian McCaffrey is going to run all over that Redskins defense. The Panthers defense should be able to beat the Redskins offense. Very, very confident in this one. The Bulls going to agree with me too. Panthers are at home too. Man, that's probably my most confident pick this week. I have the Panthers. I think that's an easy pick all the way. Redskins are just not that good of a team. Even though they're coming off an upset, pretty good one too against the Lions. Alright, next up we have the Packers at the Giants. and I'm going with the Packers. I definitely have the Packers bouncing back after getting crushed by the 49ers. A good team in the Packers. Usually good teams bounce back. I think this one will, and the bull agrees with me. And especially after, the Packers are just a much better team than the Jets, and the whole bouncing back thing. This is a pretty easy pick too. I like the Packers to win against the Giants. Yeah, I don't see an upset there. Neither does the bull, apparently, because it agrees with me. So yeah, Giants, still some work that needs to be done. Alright, next up we have a pretty hard game to pick because they're pretty even here. We have the Buccaneers at the Jaguars. I'm going with the Buccaneers. I haven't been taking the Buccaneers. They've been kind of, off and on. But I think they're going to be on this week, and they're going to beat the Jaguars. I think they might be the slightly better team. I think the Jaguars just lost a big one to the Titans. Yeah, Jaguars are at home, but I don't think it's going to matter in this case. I think the Buccaneers are going to win this one. And the Bulls going to agree with me, say the Buccaneers beat the Jaguars. Don't necessarily call this an upset or anything. I think this one definitely, this game of all games this week could go either way. So yeah, I have the Buccaneers, and so does the Bull. Alright, next up we have, moving into the 4 o'clock games, first up we have the Rams at the Cardinals. And I'm going with an upset here. I'm going to take the Cardinals. I like the Cardinals at home. The Rams have been struggling. I know they just came off a bad L to the Ravens, which is a really good team. I just said how good teams bounce back, which I agree with. I think they're a decent team too, but that's the thing. I don't think the Rams are good this year. I think they're just decent. They definitely should beat this Cardinals team. They definitely, they might, but I'm feeling upset here. The Bull isn't feeling upset here. The Bull's gonna take the Rams to beat the Cardinals. But hey, divisional rivalry. Cardinals at home. I'm liking the upset. I'm taking the upset. I think the Cardinals can do it. Rams defense is still pretty good. Just their offense have been struggling. I think that's gonna cost them. I think the Cardinals are gonna be able to do something on the Rams defense, and it's not gonna, the Rams aren't just gonna get anything going really. I think it's gonna be definitely a close game, low scoring game, but I think the Cardinals do come out on top. But that's just me because the Bull is taking the Rams. Alright, next up we have the Raiders at the Chiefs. I'm going with the Chiefs. I think they're going to beat the Raiders. I think they're the much better team. They're at home, and Arrowhead's one of the harder places to play. Everyone, the Chiefs were the highlight of the season last year. And they got, with Lamar Jackson and other teams this year. I think, Chiefs have been more low key. Patrick Mahomes has been with his, dealing with his knee. But I think the Chiefs are gonna start getting going here right before playoffs. I think it starts here. The Bulls gonna agree with me and take the Chiefs to beat the Raiders. I just think they're definitely a better team with the Raiders. I think they're definitely going to win this game. Alright, next up, the other two AFC West teams. We have the Chargers at the Broncos, and I'm going with the Chargers. Philip Rivers has been tweaking. There's nothing else to say other than they've been tweaking. I don't really pinpoint anything else wrong with that team, but just Philip Rivers been tweaking. I don't think he tweaks it. I think he does pretty good against the Broncos. I do think they're the slightly better team over than the Broncos, so I'm going to Chargers to win this game. The Bulls going to agree with me. Broncos are at home. I could see an upset here, but I think the Broncos already beat the Chargers once, and I don't see a sweep there. So I think the Chargers got this one, and the Bull agrees with me. All right, next up we have Thursday night football. We have the Patriots at the Texans, and this is definitely one of these games I think the Patriots could lose, but I don't think they will. I'm going with the Patriots. The Texans are just a team. I know all about this because I was a Steelers fan, but they're just a team that I think they're good, but just not. I just don't have confidence against them, against New England, like home or away, there's just certain teams I just I just don't like. They're good, but against New England, I don't know. Texans are at home. I think the Patriots gonna win this one though. However, the Bulls gonna go with the Texans. The Bulls gonna go with the Texans. Another thing Bull loves to do is go against the Patriots. And hey, this is a very valid one too. I do not find that stupid going against the Patriots here, because this is a very possible Patriots L. I just don't see it's gonna happen. But the Bull sees it does, so maybe. Alright, last up we have Monday Night Football. We have the Vikings at the Seahawks. A very good game in the NFC. I'm going with the Seahawks. I think they're the better team and they're home. And usually that means W. But upsets like that do happen. Vikings are a decent team. However, I have more confidence in the Seahawks here. This is going to be a good game. This should be a good game. This one could actually go either way. It could go either way, more so than I'm making it out to be. But I'm just feeling the Seahawks here. I have more confidence in the Seahawks. However, the Bulls are actually going to disagree and go with the Vikings. So the Bulls going with I'm not upset because they're still two pretty good teams, but just going against me again. It feels like the Bull went against me a couple different times, but for pretty good games. So this could be a very interesting week too. And we have no bye weeks. We have no bye weeks this week. This is a full 16 game week, so just a shot for me to possibly go 16-0. Alright, so let's recap here, shall we? We have the Bears at the Lions. I'm going with the Lions. Bulls going with the Lions. The Bills at the Cowboys. I'm going with the Cowboys. Bulls going with the Bills. The Saints at the Falcons. I'm going with the Saints. Bulls going with the Falcons. The Titans at the Colts. I'm going with the Titans. Bulls going with the Titans. The 49ers at the Ravens. I'm going with the Ravens. The Bulls going with the 49ers. The Jets at the Bengals. I'm going with the Jets. The Bulls going with the Bengals. The Browns at the Steelers. I'm going with the Steelers. The Bulls going with the Steelers. The Eagles at the Dolphins. I'm going with the Eagles. Bulls going with the Dolphins. The Panthers at the Redskins. I'm going with the Panthers. Bulls going with the Panthers. The Packers at the Giants. I'm going with the Packers. Bulls going with the Packers. The Buccaneers at the Jaguars. I'm going with the Buccaneers. The Bulls going with the Buccaneers. The Rams at the Cardinals. I'm going with the Cardinals. The Bulls going with the Rams. The Raiders at the Chiefs. I'm going with the Chiefs. Bulls going with the Chiefs. The Chargers at the Broncos. I'm going with the Chargers. The Bulls going with the Chargers. The Patriots at the Texans. I'm going with the Patriots. Bulls going with the Texans. And the Vikings at the Seahawks. I'm going with the Seahawks. And the Bulls going with the Vikings. So those are our picks for the Week 13 NFL week, if you want to see how we do, because that was a lot of disagreeing and a lot of good games. So that was, but I'm even interested to see how this goes. Not that I'm not interested normally, but I'm extra interested this time is what I'm trying to say. But if you're interested too, make sure you watch the Week 14 game predictions, because like we did with Week 12 in this one, we're going to do with Week 13 and the Week 14 one, and then go on and predict the Week 14 games. But for now, that's going to do it for me. So thank you guys so much for watching. Like or dislike, subscribe or don't subscribe. Now it's up to you. And I will see you guys in the next video you watch of me. Goodbye.